Good evening, this is your Psychic LJ, reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Give us a 5-5. It's 11:08 p.m. UK time. Heading towards the witching hour. Is anybody there? Hello, hello. Hi, can you hear us okay? Because I had trouble logging in. Ginda. Good evening. Let's see if I've gone live on, yeah? Oh God. 2 minutes. Hi, can you hear us? Fine and dandy. It said there was something to do with a troubleshooter or something. And I was supposed to log out and then log back in again. Hi everybody on YouTube and hi everybody on Twitch. So I just took the chance and went live. I'll have to look at that later. Crazy times, eh guys? Hope yous are all keeping well. Good morning in Japan. Good morning in Australia. Hi Bjorn. Or is it John? John or Bjorn? Good evening. Ireland is in the house. Good one. I'm going to look into Ireland tonight. Dublin. Good evening in Texas. Hiya, Mary. How'd you like my blouse? Thank you. Hi, Teddy. Blessings over in Louisiana. It's cold over here. I don't know where it... Bjorn. Bjorn. I don't know what it's like over in Louisiana, what the weather's like over in the rest of the states of the America, but it's blinking cold up here in the UK and it's raining. In London? Good morning in Sydney. Colorado? Wow. Loads in Ireland in tonight. I'm going to look back into the railways. 85 degrees. Wow. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you all are around the world. We're going to delve deep again tonight. We're going to look into the looking glass. Thank you, Moon Fairy. I thought I would put white on tonight. I was feeling in a white mood. I wear it with black, you know, it always looks nice. Vancouver, Canada. Hello, Mr. Ardovan. First day of autumn in Brisbane, Australia. San Francisco, California. Hello there, CR user. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Looking like an angel. Your daughter's having a boy? All right, well, that's good. Good evening, Debbie. How'd you like my necklace? My dad got is it? It's all the way from Edinburgh. It's a Celtic cross. Goodness me. It's a Celtic cross. Can we send thoughts to the baby currently missing and both his parents now arrested? Oh my goodness, what's this one? Not disclosing his or her whereabouts. Hope he is found by the police. Well, I don't know about that one. I was following the one JJ in Florida. I didn't know. Has there been another baby gone missing? Can you tell us where it is? Oh, thank you, Debbie. I've had it for ages. Apparently there's supposed to be lots of snow coming, isn't there, to the UK? Usually sometimes it snows in February over here, but we usually have snow by now. Born in the car on a motorway in January in England. What the baby was. They never put all of this on the news, do they? Or did they? And I've never seen it. Snow in Arizona. Wow. So I hope you're all sitting relaxed. I've got 202 in on Twitch. I don't know how many I've got in on YouTube, because I'm on the iPhone looking. Is Luke in? Hi, Luke. Hi, Mother Goose. What you been up to, son? Got our lucky boy in on chat on Twitch. He's a gamer on Twitch. He's a good lad, aren't you, son? You're a good lad. Your brother's in bed. It's gone all eerie and dark. It's like quite creepy outside tonight. What's your channel called, Luke? Is it Reload? Is that the name of your channel? Oh, thanks there, Leon Demon. What do the ETs think of Jesus, the real one, not the ones constructed by the church? I think they like him. He was somebody who came here talking about the ascension. That's what I believe. He was born before his time. Well, was he born before his time? He was one of the first ones, wasn't he? Hawaii? What's that like over there today? So I'm going to get my crystal ball. I don't think Lance is in tonight, is he? So before I start, let's do a little prayer for protection, because I always think this is like a spiritualist church. Remember, is anybody in the audience who used to go to the spiritualist churches? We used to have them over here in the UK. We still do. But a lot got shut down. The council shut a lot of them down. So you would go and you would sing a song, say a prayer, and then the mediums would come on the stage. And then I've done the spiritualist churches before, and then give off the messages for people in the audience, and then you'd stop and have like tea and coffee and then start up again. It was rather pleasant. And I got trained at the spiritualist church at New Beacon Hall in Newcastle, and the ladies there showed us how to switch it on and off like a light switch. Where did I get my blouse from? I got it from the charity shop, thank you, Jenny. Little while ago. It's like broderie anglaise. Let me see it. Bit hippified, and I just thought, I like that. It had the tag on as well. Nobody had worn it. Thank you. A lot of people put stuff into the charity shop still with the tags on. So I like a bargain. I think it's a designer one, actually. Only paid a couple of quid for it. I don't know, Sue Ellen. Something to do with the councils over here are really strange, you know. Some of them are still open. These churches didn't exist in America. Did you not have them? Spiritualist church. Very popular in the UK. Oh, yes, I like the charity shops, don't I, Luke? Hey, you can pick some bargains up in there and get some antiques and everything. So, where do we go first? Let's start with the angel prayer. And anybody who's in this circle tonight will receive healing if you need it. Don't forget to write your name in the comments section. If you would like healing for you or somebody else, any persons, animals, you know, if you're suffering, if you're worried about anything, just write your name and what they need, and then they'll receive it tonight. Iceland's asking on YouTube, what is a spiritualist church? It's spiritualism. It's an actual religion over here in the UK. I believe in Europe as well. The one I went to was a Christian spiritualist church. So they recognise Christ, but they also recognise that mediums can bring through the afterlife, and we do would do it with Christian spiritualist churches, so it's safer. I used to go into the closed circles and everything. But you can just get spiritualist churches. You can actually get married in them, christened in them. But they're not called christened, they're called naming ceremonies. Adam had a naming ceremony. I regret it a bit now, mind, even though it was very beautiful. Everybody turned it with a flower and handed it. I stood at the altar, and then everybody came. I had Adam in my arms. He was only a baby, but he was a toddler, and everybody handed him a flower, and he kept saying, "Tar, tar." But when Luke was a baby, he'll be cringing here, it was the whole big shebang, the big church thing. Yeah, a big piss up, excuse my French. You know, the way we do it. You remember that spiritualist church I used to go every Wednesday, didn't I? And your granddad used to come down and babysit for your son. And I used to go over there with my mother and Auntie Eileen and friends. Used to like it, didn't we? Just having a chat with my son. I'm just bringing you all into it. Anyway, let's start. There's actually a house on the hill, and there's a hill not far away, just over the back of my house. And it's got an empty house on, and it's a cub house where they go cubs and brownies for the kiddies, and that's only twice a week. The rest of the time this old house stands on its own, and I thought of trying to open it into a spiritualist church, because people need that. You know, you get all the old little dears and the old gentlemen going there because they just want the answers. And I think that when COVID happened, I think that people were seeking for this help online. They just needed that spiritual help. And I've come to realise, especially with us starting on Twitch, it was a bit like going into my own spiritualist church, having that platform. And it's morphed from there. Adam does do the tarot cards. Luke doesn't. Luke's very psychic. Even though you might see he's not, he is very psychic. Both my sons are psychic and my granddaughter's psychic, but Adam can do the cards, yeah. So let's start. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. They're coming in now. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. Please give us true answers tonight and keep everybody in this beautiful circle of light. Give them healing, keep them safe for them and their loved ones and their pets. And let us have the true answers. I ask my true spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Star, Lady Direwolf, any extraterrestrial beings from on-world, off-world telecommunication or from the spirit world to come forward to give us true answers, and for A2I to block out any negative forces and put us all into a circle so we get the true answers tonight, little A2I. Let's begin. Amen. Okay, I like to do that. And when I get going and I get these ghost hunts up on the way, I've got a team, I've got a bunch of lads, so we'll be hitting into like haunted forests and stuff like that. I'll still be doing the grabbing the hands, you know, like in starting before I go in there. I believe in that. Because you just never know. Who used to watch Dog the Bounty Hunter? Remember he used to start with a prayer before he would go off, and he would do his hunt. I used to like watching that with Beth, his wife. God bless her. I used to like watching that. I always think the power of the prayer just helps. Okay, so where's my crystal ball? Did you used to like Dog the Bounty Hunter? I used to love watching that. I used to like watching Ice Road Truckers as well. I don't know if Luke's still in. He used to like watching Dog. I'm the dog, the big bad dog, the bounty hunter. I used to love watching that. Okay. Because he's religious, isn't he? Because he used to start off with a prayer before they went out and did what they did. Oh, I love watching the Ice Road Truckers. I just like... Luke likes watching the Yeti hunting, don't you? What's that program you like to watch? Watching the Yeti hunter. Oh, I loved Beth. I loved her personality. Okie dokie. Hi, Louie. Hi, June. Right, let's get going. Now, apologies if I can't speak and follow the chat. Well, I'm scrying into this. Let's have a look and let's see what's going on. So there's been a recent derailment again today, and it's been in Florida. I might have to pull some cards out on it. It's awfully suspicious, isn't it? Awfully suspicious. All sorts of strange things going on. Is Twitch stalled? Can somebody give us a 5-5? No, it's not. Yeah, no, Beth had really long nails, didn't she? But she got away with it, didn't she? Okay. Right, let's see what's going on. This is really strange. I'm seeing some trouble coming in from New York, and I don't know what it is. And so I just want to send healing and blessings out there. There's still more crazy weather to come. It's all hyping up, isn't it? All in politics in America. It's just like one big soap opera, isn't it? One big soap opera. You know what? Something doesn't feel right in this bowl tonight. And I'm feeling it's as if, like, you see one set of people and another set of people in the politics in America, but it's as if, like, and this has got nothing to do with Democrats or Republicans. I'm talking about bad people and good people. And it's as if, like, the darker side to life, the darker ones, right? It's as if that they are trying to cause a war here. As you know, like something doesn't feel right here. And there's been the recent sighting of Kim Jong-un with his big military expedition he's just recently had, showing off his daughter. And I'm getting the word propaganda. That's coming through really, really strong. There's a warning for the next 2 to 3, and I don't think it's 2 to 3 days, it's 2 to 3 weeks. But I see something sort of erupting, and I don't know if it's China or North Korea or Russia, okay? They're the 3 culprits I'm seeing. And then I'm seeing the USA, and I'm seeing Biden's face. And then I'm seeing something about... I'm seeing the word war. I'm seeing the word war. And it's as if I want to send healing and blessings out there so it's diffused. But there's problems there, okay? Definitely problems as we know. And I'm getting number 8, number 16, and number 19 and 21. So they're dates to come in. I normally look on when I'm doing this. This is coming in really strong, so it's within the next couple of months. I'm feeling that there's going to be something about an invasion, and what Harmony said in the audience there, Trump just came out and said China will invade Taiwan. I wouldn't be surprised if they try that. But then you're gonna have the USA is gonna go in, and it's gonna get. There's something not quite right in this crystal ball, but it's happening. But it's a distraction. That's what I want to say. It's a distraction. So you need to watch for that. Crazy, crazy weather. And I just feel like I need to tell everybody to prep. And when I say prep, it's like I see certain food shortages to come in. Remember, I do believe that we've been in this sort of whatever kind of war it is. It's an economic war. It's all about money and greed. And I've been saying this for a while. But I believe that it's building up and building up, and we could have certain food shortages. And like in my last video, I had channeled Jazz from the future. If anybody hasn't seen it, it's in my last, in the listing on YouTube and in Twitch. And she came forward and she said that the USA is going to be a lot different. Everything's going to change. And a lot of people are going to be growing their own vegetables. And I see this is going to take off very soon. But everything that's happening on the news at the minute, it's just like one big bloody movie, isn't it? Isn't it? It's like distracting when it's like the wanton walouche, the wanton with the want with attention on all of this. And I've been seeing this for ages now. Politics is the same penny, two different sides. So there's no such thing really now. It's like the Democrats what are in power now are not the Democrats what used to be. And it's the same with Republicans. I just feel everything's gone very strange. So I'm going to see what else it says. I'm seeing the ocean. Remember this, I'm scrying, so I can't ask the ball. I'm seeing the ocean, and as I'm looking into the ocean here, I'm seeing like an explosion in sea, and I'm seeing something about Ukraine. As the gas prices rise everywhere, even though apparently they've gone cheaper, they're still going to be expensive for the people, if you know what I mean. People can't afford to heat their homes, feed their families. Working class families are getting affected. Not just in the UK, it's everywhere. And I said this back in 2017. I said that we need to prep and we need to look after us. But I am getting a little bit concerned about food shortage, so possibly watch for that. And also something to do with the meat scandal. Something to do with meat. So the big news, what's recently come out with Ireland. There's more news to come out about that. And I don't know why I'm getting that. And something... problems to come out with Ireland. What Parliament isn't saying. But at the minute, let's keep our fingers crossed. But I do worry for the people of Ireland. And as I'm being shown that it's something to do with banking systems or something like that, so possibly watch for that. But there's been a deal made, hasn't there, for the people of Ireland. Sunak went over there. Okay. We need to start taking charge of our lives more. And be careful what we're absorbing over the next 3 months, because it's going to get very, very toxic. There's definitely extraterrestrial presence which is going on around this planet. And a lot of the technology is going to start flooding in. There's also going to be some problem to do with a cyber attack. And 7 and 17's been connected in number 10 and number 11. I don't know if you just want to write these down. Incidents in C. It's really strange as I'm seeing it like a video game. As I'm looking into this crystal ball, I'm seeing water, sea, explosion, explosion, explosion. It's like somebody's firing at the sea. Really strange. I'm not saying it is that. It could be something else, like a gas explosion, but there's something to do with sea, water, fire. That's what I'm getting. They won't win there, Tanya, Susan. That will not happen. I just think this is why it's important that we keep our energies up. I'm also seeing a vision, and it's to do with a train. I totally trust the scrying ball, right? Because it shows me past, present, future. I might have to pull some cards out to see if it's past. It looks like it's just happened. So this might have something to do with Florida. And something was loosened. I did notice that the tracks they look very old. The tracks look very, very old. But something was loosened to do with that one with the whatever it had in. So there's something very off with it. And I did say there would be, I'm sure I said in my last will prediction that there would be something else about another train. Also, I feel I want to send healing and blessings out to the oil rigs, like in the North Sea and that, and I don't know why. Maybe it's got something to do with Russia. Yeah, it's always the people what suffers, isn't it? Big news coming in with Macron, and I'm seeing France. It's coming and banging out this crystal ball really, really strong. And also to do with Trudeau. There's 2 celebrities where there's going to be sudden news. And I'm feeling this really strong. Sad news. Let's get the cards. I want to ask about this Florida thing. Of course, they're saying at the minute that it's not toxic. Is that right? The one in Florida, are they saying that it's okay? Is that what they're saying at the minute? Look at you on Discord. Because I want you to meet Debbie, because Luke's not on social media, aren't you not, son? So propane. I'm seeing a hand loosening something to do with the propane cart. Definitely dodgy. Definitely dodgy. Definitely dodgy. So we've got the upside down one, so it was done definitely on purpose. Definitely. Something to come out with that. But also there's going to be discussions to do with the tracks in America, because a lot of them look very they don't look like they're well kept, unless it's just what I'm thinking, but our tracks don't look like that. They look very old, your railway tracks. They really do. I mean, I don't know when the last time they were replaced, but there's something quite dodgy about this. There's going to be a lot of passing and backwards and forwards to the blame. There's more truckers to come into play as well. More trucks, protests. There's I think this year is going to be about protests and marches and strikes, which I said would happen. I said this last year. Okay, it's going to be a long time before we get peace, because at the minute, whoops, we've got the crystal ball, it's just flying across the table. At the minute, we've got all of this shenanigans going on, and it's going to take time to sort out. But something definitely is happening behind the scenes. But as you know, they're trying to get, they're doing subpoenas, and they're doing all sorts of things to try to get Trump. But something's going on behind the scenes, and I just can't put my finger on what it is, so watch for that to come out. Is that right, Antoinette? Antoinette on Twitch says, in the Netherlands, the farmers are going to protest again. Oh, exactly. When you mention the name Trump, they have like meltdowns like 2-year-olds, don't they? Because you can't see what you're supposed to say. Because you've got to be a good robot in this world. You've got to be a good robot. Be good like a robot. March like a robot. Yeah. So it's... You see, I've always said this, that to take down the whole nastiness, you've got to... it takes a strong individual, and it takes a person with balls of steel. It takes somebody who doesn't stand any SH. It. Do you know what I mean? And that's Trump. Nobody else can do it. Do you know what I mean? So we haven't heard the last of him, but there's all sorts going on at the minute. And I know he's been ranting on Telegram and saying all sorts that stuff's going to come out and all of that. But it's heating up, guys. It definitely is heating up. I'm getting a weird feeling about Switzerland. And also, I'm getting also a very weird feeling about Belgium. We're definitely coming to something. And we will be all right. But I just see there's a lot of dramas this year. We've got the closed card again, which means that there's an ending coming in and there's a start. Okay, so it's like they're revving things up because, they're losing what else they can do. And the next thing is going to be like World War. Do you know what I mean? But I've always said where I see Navy ships going out, they'll turn around and come back. But it's all being about the money. It's all being about money and gold. So you've got the abundance card there, but it came out upside down. So they wanted to destroy the economy because they know that there's new stuff coming in. Maybe you need to subscribe, Bonnie, and you won't get the... If you subscribe, you won't get the ads. I'm going to have a look about Belgium. There's something I just can't put my finger on, but it's laws to come out with Belgium. And I'm seeing courtrooms, and I'm also seeing Supreme Court. But I don't know if it's Supreme Court's coming out at the same time there's going to be news with Belgium. So watch for that. Definitely seeing fighter jets. Number 4 is going to break history. The 4th is going to go down in history. I've never felt as if there was an Azara Jazara, Richard. I felt it is as if that we are creating it. I think that some deaths will get wiped, but not all. That's what I feel. I don't know if it's March the 4th, but they're telling me that the 4th will go down in history with some huge news. Oh, you'll be fine, Rosie. Rosie says she has Formula 1 tickets for the Belgium Grand Prix. Yeah, that'll be fine. Brussels. I'm getting something about the March. It could be March the 4th. That's next week, isn't it? Or it might be April. Something about the 4th. I want you to remember that. It's coming out really, really strong. Big news coming out with a female singer. Yeah, I'm very drawn to the sea tonight. Events and sea. We need to watch for 2 big storms. The crystal ball showing us that could hit over the USA, the East Coast, through the south. Two big storms which could come through. And also hit Europe and the UK. And definitely I'm feeling these storms coming in this year. Possibly, I'm getting July and I'm also getting September, October. Is September, October when you're hitting into hurricane season? Yeah, there's going to be warships going out and then they're going to come back. It's going to be short-lived. But you have to watch Kim Jong-un. He's up to something. Let's see what he's up to. He's up to something. He looked very sort of cocky and arrogant when he was showing off. You can get it up on YouTube, actually, the latest one. All right, so hurricane seasons. We're having a big storm in the east coast of Canada. Right, June through to November. All right. What's Kim Jong up to? Of course, we don't know what he's saying, what they're ranting on about on their news, but he's got them all. That is full-blown mind control, what's going on in there, because they're not allowed to see the rest of the world, you know. They're not allowed to be on social media or anything. He's mind programming them for glory, like for world leadership and all of this, to go to war against the Americans. And he's definitely sort of priming his daughter for this as well, isn't he? Big news coming in with Zelensky. There's like two things going off at the same time. So there's going to be an incident what's going to come off with Russia in Europe. You need to watch for this. And I'm seeing Zelensky. It's coming in really strong. Yeah. Everything's all a show. I'm being shown this. It's all a show. Because deals have been made behind the scenes, what people do not know. I've got like a shiver what's went right down my spine there. I'm saying Putin and Zelensky have either done a deal, it's like they've done something together, or they're gonna do something. I'm getting NATO. And I've been told here that Zelensky had no choice. He had to go along with what he had to go along with. There is cover-ups here. I do. I feel for the Ukrainian people, because it's always the people what gets hurt and everything, isn't it? Could you imagine having to living amongst that happening? Lot of laundering, lot of money laundering, lot of corruption. Yeah, the fourth's coming up really strong. Something to happen in sea. And I'm seeing submarines. So Putin is planning something here, but I'm also feeling there's something about him joining in with Europe, or he's trying to there's something about Europe. But I want to give you that it's already written. Jed's telling us it's already written. Okay. Amy Higgins has asked, did the US create the sea in a lab in Ukraine and ship it to China to release intentionally? Let's have a look. Let's get the cards. Yeah, I'm getting Germany and Russia for some unknown reason. These labs are all over the world. They all have them. Warfare labs. China's definitely connected. China, it's coming out that it was leaked. It was leaked from there. Not the US. But this hand-ins behind the scenes from other people. Does that make sense? But they'll never admit it. They'll never admit it. We've got the karma card. We're sort of, at the minute, we sort of feel it's as if we're stagnant. And we're all spiritually ascending, and we're all seeing it all play out on, like the world newses and stuff like that. And we're seeing how the veil's so thin and how it's all this acting going on. It looks so obvious, doesn't it? But sometimes no news is good news. Because what you need to understand is there's something going on big behind the scenes. All right? Even though that's the Empress, I'm saying that is Mother Gaia, the goddess, the feminine energy. And she's got this. She's protecting us. So we just need to raise our vibrations. But it's going to get so heavy. And it is a spiritual war that we're in. So as David Shields says here, bioweapons labs deep underground all around the world. In the name of science, of course. But we've got the karma card here. There's a lot all going on at once. I never thought I would say this, all right? And I'm not saying this because I'm jumping back on the Trump train tonight, right? But I am actually very, very concerned the way things are going. There was no war when Trump was in power. There was no war. He rubbed people up the wrong way. But he made peace. He made peace around the world, with the Middle East and everywhere. And I'm concerned tonight, and I actually want to say he needs to freaking get back in again, because something is very concerning me tonight, that something is being orchestrated, and it wouldn't happen if he was in power. We've got the mastery card. It's as if these puppeteers are all going to come together and start some bloody World War III off. Do you know what I mean? He's not perfect. Far from it. But it needs a warrior to change things, doesn't it? I'm concerned they're going to try and get him on stuff. I really, really am. But something is going on behind the scenes. Something definitely is going on. This is what really boils my piss, right? Where it's the people what suffer, and then you've got the pennies and they look all dropped on the tree, and people are crying and they're injured and they're hurt. It's the people what suffer, not these rich politicians. Hiya, Maria. No, I'm not saying he's good now, and I'm not saying I'm jumping on the Trump train, but I've never said I was Republican and I never said I was Democrat. But Trump would not. I'm telling you now, there's going to be something, and they're going to start this all. They want World War III. They want World War III. Let's hope this doesn't happen. But I'm concerned that there's going to be something like that. So, I just think we just need to watch this space. But I do see soldiers. I'm seeing soldiers tonight. It's all about money. Everything's about money. War's money. So we just need to all to come together and stand strong. Let's get me ball again. We must all come together because they wanted to divide. Don't know why I'm seeing Ronald Reagan's face in this crystal ball tonight. See, I believe that Biden's been very sort of puppeteered. A lot of them are. But the rot has to come out from both sides, and it sure is. But I've got a big tick in this crystal ball, and the America's going to change. It really, really is. We need to prep. We haven't hit the dark days yet, but we will be all right. Don't know why I was getting Ronald Reagan. Reagan spoke about this. What did he speak about? He said there would come a day when we need to stop fighting against each other because there's something bigger out there. Something about aliens, wasn't it? I'm sure he said a speech like that. I don't know what exactly it was. That does concern me. Why would Jill Biden want Joe to run again if she was concerned about him? Well, I'm sorry. Why would you want your husband of that age to be going through all of that? Just doesn't make sense, does it? Especially when they're not well. Reagan started to fight against evil. We need to protect ourselves tonight from the loosh, because it's going to get very toxic. And I'm preparing you before everything runs up to the next election. Did there used to be a song called 1999? Who sang that song? What was that song where it was it was Prince, wasn't it? 1999. Yeah, I'm terrible. Do, 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 do. Why am I getting that? Maybe we need to listen to some of Prince's songs because he was a starseed, and maybe the signs with the lyrics. I'm actually feeling his energy. He was terribly targeted, terribly, terribly targeted. We need to party like it's 1999. Do, do. Yeah, I wish I could play music on here. Purple Rain. Yeah. I can't just bring in a channel in. It's just whenever they come, but I am getting 1999. Maybe it's the lyrics. And I'm also getting that song by Simon and Garfunkel, Mrs. Robertson. I'm getting that as well. Going to the candidates' debate. Laugh about it, shout about it. Interesting. CIA connections. That's who's running USA. Nothing to do with Republicans or Democrats. It's CIA. Three-letter agencies, as you know. Compromising people. It's going to take time. But we're going to dance like it's 1999. Do, do. We have to get that music blasting in my homes. Right, I'm pulling some cards out. Let's get a coffee. Let me have a look. Ace of Cauldrons. Empress. The USA is going to be fine. We just need to let things play out. And it's going to play out for a bit. It's going to take time for things to change. I've covered that before, Deb, about J.E. Got to be careful what you say on here, Got to be like proper little robots. You know what I mean? Certain words you can't say. Took us down the last time that. I was told I was cyberbullying him. And Maxwell. Can you believe that? I was told I was cyberbullying them by making videos about them. Right, so, excuse me. We've got the magician. He's still alive. Debs, he's still alive. We've got the magician. And we've got the tower. The tower it's actually fallen. This is really, really strange. You know how I've gone on about that there's no such thing as time and time is an illusion. Wouldn't it be funny if we weren't in real time now? Wouldn't it be really strange if everything's already happened and we're stuck in some sort of timeline, but it's actually played out? Because that's the feeling I'm getting. I'm feeling like it's already all sorted. It's all changed. The system has fallen. It has fallen. And man will take back power on earth, but it's going to take time. We've got to play it out in our timeline. I know that sounds really woo-woo what I'm saying, but that's what I'm getting. Like the Matrix. See, Lucky Boy's having a little sneak in there because he's really awakened, you know what I mean? Luke makes me laugh. He said that if he'd been living out in Canada, because Luke's a trucker, you know. Aren't you, son? Luke is a trucker. He would have been there with his big trucks, with his convo in the lines, beeping away there. So we will take power back, but it's going to take time. So everything within this society, it's everything, isn't it? It's pharmaceutical, it's the whole establishment. It comes in from different angles with lots of different things. It's going to take time to change. I think Prince made a mark in music. Do you think Prince energy is still live form? I feel he's in spirit. But you know, when they come through from spirit, you know, I must say this, they come through that they are alive. We just class it as death because we're seeing our loved ones going from physical into non-physical. But when they're over there, they're seen as life after life. But I think that he's made such a mark on music, like many of them have. But his music had chords in. His music he put signs in his music and his lyrics. He really, really did. Richard, I haven't heard of that. Have you heard anything about redemption centers? How we will redeem our currencies? What does that mean? A bit thick, you know. Explain. But life after life, like it's a caterpillar going into a butterfly. We just think that we're going to be over there all silhouette because we're coming out of this shell, we're meat suit, and then we think we're going to be all floaty. But the next dimension is that they're in, you know, over the whatever dimension it is, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and there is another life. So it's real to them. So I'm going to ask this, are we stuck in a different timeline? Some people say that 2012 there was something weird happened, and then there was the millennium. But you know how they were talking about end of the world, and was it 2012 there was going to be the end of the world, and people were having like end of the world parties and all of that. Well, they were over here. But are we stuck in a frozen timeline? They've slowed we down. Something weird's going on. How many people in this audience tonight feel like time's going really fast and you can't get enough done, and you're exhausted when you wake up in the morning because you feel like the hours aren't hours, they're minutes. Yeah? Are we stuck in a frozen timeline? We are, but we're going to come into a better timeline. We're going to come into a better timeline. These are positive cards, actually. So we've got... We do need to plant, by the way. And something's going on with the sun. I'm going to look at that in a minute. Ace of Rods. Got the butterfly there. Going to get some crazy weather. Weather's changing. You're sleeping a lot? I feel drugged when I get out of bed in the morning. I don't know about you guys. I feel really tired and drugged. So there's something quite biblical going on, isn't there, Richard? So something's going on with the sun. I'm going to look at that. But we've got the sun. That's like a new sun. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. I like them cards. We need to be out there in nature and hug trees and all of that, don't we? What's going on with the sun? Oh, I'm going to bed late. I'm terrible. I think I've got ADHD. I don't need that much sleep, you know. I'm a nutter. I'll sit up like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. So I may as well be on here talking to yous. I'm not somebody who goes to bed early. Mother said I was the same when I was little. I would never go to bed. What's going on with the sun? I know. I'm terrible, aren't I, Luke? What's going on with the sun? That's really strange. I might have to get my ball out on this. See, I want to do the dowsing, but I don't trust the dowsing. I think the dowser can lie. I really do feel the dowser can lie. So I'm going on my intuition tonight. My messages, what I'm getting from my guides. Something happened to the sun. Something's not right with the sun. I don't know about you guys, but it used to look really golden and now it looks really white looking, like sort of a luminous, like a white, like a false light. Really strange. But something happened to the sun. I feel the dowser can lie. Unless you're very skilled at it, yeah? Which I am quite skilled at it, and so is my mother, but it lied to us. So I've never touched the dowser since the dowser said Paul was going to be okay and it wasn't. So the dowser lied. So when it's like a channel. So you're opening yourself up. But when you're scrying, it's different because you're using yourself. Okay. So there's a lot of scandals to come out. So it's like crazy movie on the planet, but really there's a lot more going out there that we do not know. So justice courts is definitely coming, but you have to let it play out. And I've always said that whatever they try to do to Trump will backfire and they could end up shooting themselves in the foot. But I'm still unsure if he's going to run for the next election. Depends. But it's too early at the minute. We'll just take it day by week by week by week. I'd rather just do that. But justice card is coming. So there's something definitely odd going on with the sun. I remember once looking out the back of my house and I witnessed 2 moons. I seen 2 moons in the sky. Has anybody else seen that? Of course, Rebecca Royal wants healing in the audience tonight. She needs healing for her children and our oldest children who needs healing for finances, yes. And not to feel guilty about asking. Remember, mind programming has been going on for years. So even within religion, mind program is, oh, it's a sin to want money and all of this. No, it's not. There's enough for we're all to have enough. It's just got out of balance. You've seen 2 moons. So there is something definitely going on, but there's it's like we have to watch. We're going to witness that the system breaking to be rebuilt. It's the only way I can describe it. All right, it's the only way I can describe it. Again, I'm getting a very Swiss feeling with that card. I don't know if it's because I'm looking at the like that there, like the pointy, like the Cinderella castle. I'm getting a very Belgium, and I'm getting Switzerland, and I get a really strange, eerie presence. And I'm seeing Mr. Swab, and I get is it Mr. Swab? I get, you know who I mean. I'm getting a really weird feeling about him tonight. Okay, somebody had asked about the college loan thing. Can you ask that again, please? Yeah, please can you look into the college loan forgiveness case in the Supreme Court? I feel the decision may cause a lot of uproar for either side. It should go through, but are they trying to stop it going through? Is the Supreme Court trying to stop it going through? It's been blocked, is that right? Is it being blocked? I feel what I'm getting for the college students is that some will get it, some won't. And then there's going to be something what's going to happen in the USA, and there's going to be a massive change. And then for the kids who haven't got it, everything is going to change, and then they're going to receive something else to cover that. Don't ask me what it is, but that's what I'm saying. So there's some states stopping it. It's so awful, isn't it? And some kids are getting it. But something is going to happen in the United States of America. And then the ones who haven't got it, they will get it. But it's going to be labelled different. There's huge change to come into the USA. So watch for that. Huge change to come in. Oh, I've got 760 viewers in on Twitch. That's good, isn't it? The guide. It's really strange, isn't it? Because it's like lots of little countries with your states, lots of little countries all together, different laws and that. I just see it as evil from both sides. Blocking it's not nice. Evil shenanigans going in from both sides, really. I don't know why I'm getting Ronald Reagan tonight. It's really weird. Really weird. Let's go drink a coffee. Let me scry her out again in the middle. Somebody's just asked, well, what's happening with the sun? And when I said to you before, we're frozen in time. Imagine like a scene, like a film set. So we're here on Earth, and we've got our moon, and we've got our sun. But imagine if there was another crossover into another reality with another Earth, and another sun, and another moon. And then some of us, when you're on the edge of that crossover, we could be witnessing and seeing two of these suns. Some people say the sun's dying. But the sun's not what we think it is either. I'm actually seeing extraterrestrial ships coming in and out of the sun. And the refueling from there. But within that transition, they put a false sun up. How can I explain this? You've got old Earth, new Earth, and we are traveling into this sort of new Earth existence. And we're going to materialize into this new Earth. So where you've got old Earth, it's got the sun and the moon. And then when you've got the sun and the moon and the new Earth, imagine two sections of two universes. We've gone into that. We've been on the edge. We're on the edge going into this new Earth. And then we are going to sometimes witness two suns or two moons or whatever. Plus, I think they're hiding a lot. There's a lot of clouds out there which are hiding stuff that they don't want us to see. I think that there is planets out there that they are blocking us from seeing. But I also think they created a false sun as we are going through this crossover. And again, I feel good and bad people working, good and bad extraterrestrials, the good ones trying to help us to ascend. Yeah, don't forget the Earth and the solar system is moving through the universe. We are not stagnant. We're travelling through it's called the Great Crossover. Jed keeps telling us about it. And physics that we do not know. It's just unbelievable what's out there. Do you know what I mean? We're going into new Earth. So I have to raise the vibrations as this is happening. And I'm not saying I've been saying this for a while, don't stick our head in the sand, We have to try to keep grounded, but at the same time, don't feed into all this political drama, what's about to take place. But I'm more concerned tonight about something what's going to kick off with China in America. Nibiru, yes, real, definitely. Is that too far out for you, Hazeltine? So I'm actually saying there's going to be something on the news, and I know there's been a bit of a kick-off recently about some book to do with the penguins in America. But there's going to be something about more books and more scandals to come out with kids in schools with books. So watch for that coming out. I've also been told that the dollar's going to change as well into the future. Sooner than what you think. So the great crossover. I might have to do some remote viewing on this and have a little look and see what it is. I'm going to have a break in a minute. And I'm not going to be on late tonight, guys, even though I would love to. because I've got to get up early in the morning. I've got to try and have an early night. This is really strange, right? Sometimes when spirit gives me messages, you have to be like a bloody detective to try to put it together. And I'm seeing like a great big dragon coming out of the sea. I'm sure I've seen a picture like that before. I believe in dragons, I believe dragons did roam this earth. But I've been given tonight that each and every one of you have your own spirit dragon. There's great codes what's been brought onto this planet, and they're coming through. They use nature. This is the good extraterrestrials, by the way, and the good angels. Like I say, there's stuff what's going on this planet that we do not know. We don't have everything on physics, but they're using nature as a transmitter. I'm seeing fried trees in Ukraine, and that's worrying me. Fried trees. More problems to come in with Turkey. And I'm getting that song by the Police. I used to like the Police. Walking on the moon. Remember that? One fine day. How did the lyrics go? Walking on the moon. There's a lot of stuff going on the moon. I mean, I've remote viewed before on the moon, which I'm going to try and do another one. And I actually ended up seeing like a military base. It's, and they're tracking from the moon onto Earth. That's what I seen what they were doing. But China's on the moon. Will China go into Taiwan? They're going to try, and they'll hit a bay, but that they'll go and try and come into the seas. But the USA will step in. That's what I'm saying. I'm a bit concerned. They'll try. Mr. J, Biden, Trump, Sanders need to retire. Their brain functions are dwindling. Hilarious. Well, we do need the younger generation, and I totally agree. Definitely agree. The world. The old system is definitely fallen. So I've always said there's like 3-4 heads to this beast. I believe that the Vatican's one of them. All right, the banking system. But it's like 3 main figureheads. We may never get to the bottom of who they actually really are, because the ones that you think they are, there'll always be somebody above them who's telling them what to do. Do you see what I mean? Even the likes of Klaus and all of them. You've got the world there. I want to see north, south, east, west. So there's 4 heads. There's 4 heads in this world to the beast. But there's the world card. And man is protected. We're just being very tested at the minute. We're being very tested. So my concern tonight is Putin, Kim Jong-un, and China. I'll have to look into that one, John Ritchie. Why is there no talk about the Amazon, the lungs of our planet? I'll look into that one for you sometime. Right, I'm going to look into one more thing, and then I'm going to have a little break, and we're going to look into something else afterwards. I covered the the coronation a few days ago. Tonight I'm feeling a vibe of something brewing up, something really brewing up. We feel like we're walking on stilts. That's what we feel like. And as you know, we're all ascending, you know, so we're all feeling it. You know, like you had before 9/11, you know, people, I felt it before 9/11. Was anybody in the audience who felt it, like something wasn't right? And that's what I'm feeling like tonight. The Tate brothers were taken away because he was rubbing them up the wrong way, Sue Ellen. He was calling them out. Yeah. And I'm just hoping that they both come out together. And I'm sure I covered that in my last one, if not the time before. Because there's so many different timelines at the minute, there's something funny going on to do with the crossover. I can't say exactly if it is 2 weeks, Rocco. As Rocco Flash has seen in the audience on Twitch tonight, other psychics are saying World War III will start within 2 weeks. I just go with what I feel. But something's coming out within the 2 to 3. There's something I can't put my finger on, but when the Fool card comes out, it actually says that we are protected. Where, if there ever was any bombs or there ever was anything again like Ukraine had, it'll be in a bay off coastline. That's what I'm being shown. And I'm also seeing flat city they're showing us. But I've said this for a while, where there'll be 2 or 3 incidents going off all at the same time and you'll not know where to look. And it's going to be at that point there's going to be a lot of distraction because there's something bigger happening behind the scenes, and I'm still saying that because they won't be distracted. But we will be all right. We will be all right. I've got the Wheel of Fortune here, which is also protecting me. As above and below. But I do believe the coronation will go along, and I think that's the British media is going to really get really riled up about this, you can imagine. And of course it'll have all its ponts and it'll be all there with the carriages and everything, but I think he's going to be one of the shortest ones to be on the throne because he's getting on. Do you know what I mean? We also need to send protection to the trees and the land because the trees are needed for our air, you know, protect the planet. But even I've said this before, you know, people say, oh, the royal family's going to fall. I don't see it falling. I feel it's going to change and it's going to be more fairness to the people into the future where they're not going to have so much, you know, rights, you know. Nobody should be better than anybody else. I totally agree with that. But it's still going to carry on, and I still say William will be on money. I'm telling you now, he'll be on money. Mark my words, he'll be on money. In fact, I'll show my arse in Phoenix window if William's not on money. And if anybody who doesn't know what Phoenix is, it's a department store over here in the north of England. Yeah. The land. The Queen's land. It's got lots of... He's massive into farming, Charlie. Growing his veg and all of that. Not as posh as Harrods, but there used to be a television programme. You might be able to get it up on Netflix. Oh my God, what was it called? It was like... Oh... There was 2 of them. There was department stores. Mr. Selfridge was one of them, but then there was another one running off at the same time, and it was based in the northeast. And I can't think what it was called, but it was based to do with Bainbridge. Was it Bainbridge or Phoenix in Newcastle? Because they're both old stores. So I just think that, things aren't as black and white as what people have been picking up on. I just think we just need to concentrate on us and be more concerned that lunatics aren't going to be chucking bombs about. Do you know what I mean? Let's have another look. Exactly, you've got the pole shift as well, haven't you? There's all sorts of worrying things. Because we do need the trees for the planet to protect the planet as well. There's a lot more floods to come, a lot more crazy weather to happen, and seas will rise. But we will be all right. Just got to keep our vibrations up. Trees save the day. Beautiful trees. Ten of Swords. Actually, there's some news to come out within the day. It's interesting. There's some news to come out within the day. There's some scandal to come in this week, and it could be again to do with the US. The US, it's coming out again. Ten of Swords, which is months, and then you've got the Nine of Cups. It's upside down, so it's like shocking news is coming out within the one. I'm going to say it's either 1 week or 1 day. I'm going to say some news could come out by tomorrow. Interesting. Oh, Patty's feeling anxious in the audience tonight. Oh, bless you. I'll ask the angels to send you some healing there. We just all got to come together, do you know what I mean? It is very heavy. And if you're feeling anxious, Patty, you should you try to eat little and often. Don't go too long without food, because then your blood sugar drops and then you're feeling worse. So look after yourself. Everything will change for the better when we've got to, if you're talking about politics and you're talking about the crap what's going on with these idiots, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. So don't put your life on hold. You can't change the way they are, but you can change the way it affects you. So when you raise your vibration, it will shift it quicker. Because the media was put out there to create that loosh, to make us more anxious, to lower the vibration. What the reptilians want, they want that. Do you know what I mean? But there's a lot of good out there as well, and we need to it's not like I said to you before. It's not like we're sticking our head in the sand. We need to concentrate on the good as well. So don't let this get you down. You just try to be in your reality. That's what it's about. I just think it's always best to prep, but I was a bit concerned. I'm going to look into it again to do with the food stuff and the weather again after the break. Give us a few minutes, but I just always think it's best to always have at least a few weeks supply of food in your house anyway. I mean, nobody was prepared a few years ago when the madness started and everybody was running around trying to get that bloody toilet rolls. I don't know, ask me to this day what that was about. I couldn't understand why people was doing that with the toilet rolls. I was running around trying to get pasta and food, me. But people were going crazy about toilet rolls, weren't they? So there's another one of them coming, and I don't know what it's about. But I'm also feeling there's going to be food shortages, which I've covered on other world predictions, where I've said that there's going to be something about trade being blocked. And that's what Davies just said in the audience. We need to party like it's 1999. That's what we need to do. Let's have a Betty and Bobby break. I'm going to go and get a juice. And I'll see you in a minute. That's interesting. In the Discord channel, we all had dreams of giants. I'll look into that for you if you want. Giants. There's been sightings, hasn't there? Give us a few minutes. If it does your head in, Betty and Bobby, just turn the volume down and I'll be back on. I'm just going to nip to the loo. I'm going to make a juice. I'm going to have a quick ciggy and I'll be back. Okay? Give us a few minutes. Right, give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. Guys, you need to subscribe to my Twitch. It is hilarious. It's so funny. We've got a bit of a time delay going on there with YouTube at the minute. Give us a 5-5. Who's arguing in Twitch? Who's arguing? Debbie's sorting it out. She's not having it. Our Debbie is not having it. We mustn't argue over politics, and we mustn't argue. I don't know if it's about that. I was out having a quick ciggy in the garden, which is very spooky, by the way. But a big thumbs up to our moderators. I don't know if I've got any mods on YouTube tonight, but a big thumbs up to moderators, because I couldn't do it without the lovely moderators. But oh dear, they've been banned. What did they say? Were they nasty? I missed the argument. It's all going on Twitch tonight, guys. It certainly is. Okay, I'm going to look back into this sun and see what's going on, and I might do some remote viewing on the sun. Oh no, we don't tolerate name calling, don't we not, Debbie? I'll see if Jazz comes back through, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a special video on it for YouTube. So watch for it coming out. Because when I'm sitting quiet at night time on my nights off, that's when I'll try and connect with her properly. Yeah, we don't tolerate name calling. It's a safe community, isn't it? Oh, can you not see what the name it was? Was it nasty? We are all part of God. Right, okay. We need to have love and compassion. Apparently Madonna's lost her brother. And Lorraine on our chat show this morning on the UK was having a go at Madonna and being nasty. And my mother was upset about it. And because there's a lot of people out there, you know, what don't like Madonna, and there's a lot of people out there what do like Madonna. But at the end of the day, she's lost her brother, and I can relate with that because I've lost my brother. Like many people have lost their siblings, and it's horrible. You wouldn't wish it on your own worst enemy. It's the most horrific thing ever. And then of course there was the last time I was streaming, I was talking about Celine Dion with her broken heart, who's not well, which I believe is suffering with a broken heart, and you can actually die from a broken heart. And no matter what you think of Celine either, I mean, she was a remarkable artist in her day, the same as Madonna in her day. Do you know what I mean? And we need to have compassion about what's happening at the minute. It's like we're all being tested by this snake. Madonna Louise Ciccone is a lost soul. She may well be, but she's lost her brother. And I think it's about finding compassion. It's about finding compassion. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Erica. We need to be humble and loving, exactly. We need to send love out. Because when you send hatred out, it doesn't help. And that's what this spiritual awakening is about. Celine, her voice was incredible, is incredible. Okay. Well, that's awful. Celine has terminal breast cancer. That's awful. Snake, the hidden snake. Pulling some cards out. Give us true answers, Jed. Sometimes they go too far with that plastic surgery, don't they? Like Simon Cowell, sorry. He's another one. They go too far with that plastic surgery. Because they're trying to change themselves because they're hurt inside and they're tortured. So they're trying to, they're trying to change themselves on the outside. I fancied getting Botox, but I'm a bit scared to get Botox, I've never had any work done, but I was thinking of getting it done. A lot of women get it done. But I was a bit scared because I do have allergies and tolerances, and I was frightened in case I had a reaction. But I was talking to a nurse who came to my house the other day for a reading, and she said that she tests them first, but even still. Have you had Botox before, Richard? Well, isn't Botox a germ? But then my grandma had the most amazing complexion, and all she used on her face was Pond's cream. Remember Pond's cream? You've had it done before, Debbie. Yeah, I was a bit scared to get it done. It's a fungi. I don't know. Right, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Tower. It's the same cards what's coming out. And we've got the Magician. So the sun is not what you think it is. Somebody, one of my guides, is shouting and it's dying or it's died, and they've changed it. And we're going into New Earth. That's what I'm being given. So, we've got the Magician card and we've got the Tower. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So we're going to be all right, but there's activity going on the sun. Where's my crystal ball? Let's get a juice. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm not saying I'm definitely going to get it done because I hesitate on everything. I'm Libra rising. And Debbie, you'll know this. Us Libras, we hesitate all the time making decisions. So it doesn't mean I'm going to get it done. I don't think I will get it done. But I just, I've got some wrinkles. I've definitely got some wrinkles. But I'm heading towards 60. So, let's have a look. I need to dim the lights. I need to dim the lights so I can see this properly. Give us 2 minutes. Oh, thank you, Mother Bay. If I ever did get it done, I would go live on YouTube and I'd show you it. I'd go live on here and I'd show you it. Okay, so there's plenty of activity going on the moon, and there's military up there. I haven't got nits, guys. I've just dyed my hair. And I always get like an itchy scalp when I've just dyed my hair. You get warts and all went from Twitch, don't you? You're 60 in 5 weeks, Richard. Oh, well, happy birthday for 5 weeks' time. Yeah, because I've remote viewed a lot on the moon. So there's something going on at the minute, and I'm saying Russia's got the hand in it, China's got the hand in it, and the USA. There's a few countries got the hand in on this moon, right? And there's been some sort of war and a takeover what's happened on the moon, and this has happened at the start of the pandemic. there was something going on. And I see energy weapons, and that was also to do with when they were telling me to stay inside in a curfew in certain places around the world. They weren't telling me the truth because there was something going on with energy weapons. They couldn't really come out on the news and say, oh, well, you're going to be hit by energy weapons, because there would have been a mass panic. So they told me, a lot of us questioned, well, it was a clever virus just to suddenly it was going to attack her after 10 o'clock at night. You know, parts of the UK and in Wales and places like that, we were told that we were on curfew. In Australia and Melbourne, there was something going on with energy weapons. So as I look at the moon, I'm seeing there's like a control desk, and there is humans there, but also different extraterrestrial humanoids. And they're monitoring seas and land, and they can monitor us from the moon. With the sun, it's going to have to be remote viewing, guys. Where's my cloth gone? I'm going to spell me makeup and spell me hair, but I've got to go in the dark for this. I'm drinking blackcurrant. I was watching this documentary. I'm sure I said it in my last video, that this guy, this scientist, reckons that there was no dark side to the moon, and it does tilt like Earth and it rotates. He said it's just the other side of the moon. He said there's no dark side to the moon. Everything that we're being fed's just all being lies. Do you know what I mean? We need to hold the light. Right, I still haven't got my sleep mask, guys, because sometimes if I go into the dark, it's better. When I did that video for years, when I went on to Mars, which you'll find in my library on YouTube, I actually filmed it in my living room in the dark at 3 o'clock in the morning. When it's dark, I see the visions. So I'm doing this with my headband, which I normally wear sometimes. Okay. Right. Is anybody who hasn't seen this before? I'm just remote viewing. Waiting for the light to come in. That's one thing as I've never really checked is the sun. May peace be with you all. This is raw remote viewing. Okay. I see this strange cigar like craft. It looks like a cigar shaped. And it's got extraterrestrial beings in this cigar shaped craft. And they're going into it. And they're taking something off it. These crafts, these flying machines are refueling from it. Excuse me. there's actually a hole in the middle, but we don't see that because it's so bright from far away. So it's actually a donut. It's a flame-like donut. And there's a porthole in the middle of it. Wow. What's in there? They travel through it. There's activity around it all. They are refueling from the sun. They're refueling it. They are feeding off it. It's not a gas-like substance. It's something else they take out of this sun rays. It's a bit like when you're recharging a battery. It's the only way I can describe it. Interesting. As you go through the middle of it, you come out into the other side of a different timeline. And I'm seeing purple. We're floating through space. There's also triangular objects which are feeding off it, and different types of different flying machines. The machines come in three parts. They break off. They have a capsule what comes out of them. So these flying machines, the cigar-shaped machines, they come in three parts. The Soviet Union is connected. There's a fight going on, and it's not just about Earth. It's about controlling Earth, and it's for money and greed, and they know the system's falling. But there is good people working to stop them taking control. It's going to take a while to play out. As you go through this donut, it acts like a magnet, and there's a pull what pulls them through. And they're all feeding off it from the other side. From the other side of the sun, all these capsules are feeding off it. Like a beehive. Jed, was the white sun we have seen recently a different sun? Yes. They are playing with two suns at the moment, and there's a false sun. They can cloud the old sun. They have the technology to cloud, to create weather conditions, and hide planets in the sky. It is so busy out there. it is jam-packed. It's like traffic jams and sky jams. It is so busy with life. It's booming, and there's trade going on. Oh my God, there's trade going on. Right, diamonds, precious metals, mining has been taking place on the moon, Mars, different planets. Trade. Oh, I'm seeing this weird looking lizard man. Come in, Jed. Is he good? He's not bad. He's not bad. Wait a minute. Don't judge the book by the cover. He looks like a very wrinkly being. Lots of folds of skin. Bit like a frog man type of look. Like a lizard man. Ancient beings. You had the rogue extraterrestrials, what broke away from the Federation. They came to Earth, made treaties with governments, secret governments. And it's about power, so that they could give them power, technology to the rulers. But a lot of this has stopped. There was a hybrid program which took place, and that stopped. They've stopped that. They are now fully integrated within our planet, on our planet system. They are walking amongst us. You must not be afraid. Just use your intuition, Jed's saying. If you come up against a bad person, you would know. You use your gut feeling. It's the same with extraterrestrial beings. Don't judge the book by the cover. There is a great porthole which has been released and opened on Earth when they were messing around with something. And it's created another donut field effect. And I don't know if this is at CERN but it opened something. They were messing around with black matter. It opened it up, and it's like a donut of energy. It's got a hole in the middle, and they can't shut it down. But it's brought in all types of walks of life. And some are good. And some are not. There is different stargates on Earth and portholes, and they are popping in and out. We've already gone through it. It's already happened. Earth has travelled through into another timeline. It looks the same. Yes, this may never be proven, but this is the case. And we have felt the shift. You must not worry about when something is going to take place. We will be okay. Everything has already happened. We are now in a planetary zone system of the fifth dimension. So we can create our own reality, but they won't tell you that. So we have to raise our vibrations, and this will change our whole reality. The whole planet is going into a futuristic changeover. And there is many bad on the planet, much bad, but there's also much good. And we need to concentrate on the much good. The greed, what has been taking place on the planet, could take hundreds of years, yet thousands to sort out. You can't eliminate all the evil, they're saying. This is what this being's saying. So the rogue extraterrestrials broke away and formed their own alliances. But they have evolved since then, and they have become part AI. These are the cyborgs. They look a very beautiful race, but they are not, they've got no empathy. They will leave the planet. They look so much like humans. This being that I'm talking to is a very ancient race of a being, and he's saying that a lot of his people who are now extinct, there is very few of them left, and they are working with different alliances connected with the Federation. They're a bit like sort of, how can I put it, like agents, special agents. They are helping humanity. I cannot pronounce the being. I would have to roll my tongue. They are a very ancient race, and they once lived on Earth. We have been told Earth is Earth, Mars is Earth, Earth is Mars. Every 1,000 years, they create an event and then move us to another reality, to another world. The ones come in and start way again as an experiment. This time will be different because we have won this war, but we have to play out the heartache, the pain to get there. Man will come through this. There's been an intervention by the good guys, the Pleiadians, whatever you want to call them. They have helped us to go through the great crossover. And we must connect with Earth. This is what he's saying. We must telepathically, we have the ability to connect to Earth and tell her she will be fine and she will protect us. We need to all come together and be more humble to raise this vibration across the planet. If you sit and think, when is it all going to end? Life is not like that. There is good and bad across the galaxy. And Satanism is going on across the galaxy. You just raise your vibrations, long as they are not crossing the line. There is many different special agents working through stargates who are working with super soldiers in programs to help us. I'm in purple. I'm going into a cave. It's a cave. The sky is purple. I'm lying on the bottom of a cave. Looks like the bottom of a well, and I'm looking out. I'm thousands of miles down at the bottom of a cave. And I'm looking out up to the sky, and it's purple. There's water there. And I turn. It's underground. There's kelpies there. Kelpies, like in Loch Ness. The swimming horses, the kelpies. There's Nessie. It's a Nessie, it's not Nessie. There is many. Undiscovered world. Tall people. Trapped. We're not the only beings, humanoids, trapped on this planet. They live underground. He's coming forward. There's 3 of them. Very tall. Got like a plain top on. They live in the tunnels underneath ground. It's like water, fresh water. In a cave. He's taken us through. They've got the torches in the hand. Go down. The cities. It's just like that film, The Island. There's people underneath, trapped, being told it's their reality. There's many Nessies. They grow their own vegetables and water and soil. Why is it purple outside? It's the fumes coming from inside of the dead volcano. Dormant volcanoes. But underneath there is rich soil and rich life and life. They fly from out inside caves, extraterrestrials. They are living here on this planet amongst us. They are worried. eons ago, their ancestors were enslaved on Mars. And they waited for help, and their people never came. They are trapped. They are trapped. It is now that time. It's labelled as 2023. It is that time. We are in Atlantis. Earth is Mars, Mars is Earth. There's a connection. In a time loop, they move us backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. But this time, they have created a new Earth. We have come out of the figure 8. We just have to watch this play out. There was a figure 8 between Mars and Earth. Backwards, forwards, killing them off, moving them backwards, forwards, eliminating, reducing the population, reducing it, starting again, wiping our minds, starting again. This time we've been taken out of the figure 8 and we are now in New Earth. We will experience strange phenomena. We will experience lots of strange phenomena. We are now 5th dimensional beings of the light. This is what he's saying. They need freed. Send the ships. They need healed. There is many timelines on this planet. There's not just one timeline. There is many different timelines. We are in the matrix. We will create heaven on earth. In the days of the reckoning, the days of revelation, they will come out from the seas. They will come out from the ground. They will come through the skies, and we will all live as one. It's all God's family. That's what he's saying. We are healing our ancestral roots. We are all star seeds from the pain of our ancestors, which have gone through endless wars on this planet, but also out in galaxies when they've been stuck in the figure 8. It's like they're nodding like that, and it's like they're communicating with their mind. They're not speaking. They're so intelligent. They're so ancient. So peaceful. What do you eat? They eat a lot of moss-like green vegetable substance. They do eat fish. They do eat boar. Boar. There is wild pigs down there. And some different types of flying birds they eat. But they have much knowledge on different algae and moss substances that can give us long life, that they want to teach us, which the deep state held back from us, from greed and money. He's coming forward with a beautiful woman. She's got like a high forehead. And there's two children. She's holding a babe in arms. and there's a child, a very tall child coming in. It's his son. They're all bowing like that. They're all so humble and lovely. I feel so emotional and so privileged to see this. So we've looked for the sun, and it's all going on here. Connect to the land, connect to your oceans, connect to the birds, the seas, the trees. When Moses was on this land and the sea separated, we will witness this again. It's all happening at once. And as we go through, we will see the dark days, and then we'll see the light, and the birds will sing again. And beautiful fruits will be brought to our planet. And it's the new Garden of Eden. We are in the land of Nod. And we are about to experience and be freed. The serpent tricked us. For now, that's enough. I want to stay, I want to see your people. I smell the earthy smell, I smell it so humble and warm. Fire and the fires. They have beautiful homes, stone, built in stone masonry, will all come back. They have carved into the earth and made the most exquisite mansions. Thank you. Namaste. Wait a minute, guys. Ooh. I was like really in it there. I was really in it. Carved like in Jordan. The land of Nod. There's so much in this world we haven't discovered. We mustn't be afraid. We've all done this before. We are in the land of Nod. We've talked about that, haven't we, Debbie? I felt so much emotion coming from this being. He had like, I don't think it was his brothers with him or family members. There was 3 males before he brought his wife in. And he was telling us like what happened to his people. That was really strange, but he was trapped. But it was like it was happening from the past, but it was happening now. Work that one out, guys, because that's really woo-woo. real, lads. That's like, I just can't get my head around it. So he's saying that it was then, back then, we've been swapped from Mars. They've took her out of the figure 8. I don't know if my head can get around that. But the pain that his people went through waiting for his people to come, and they were trapped on Mars. Mars is Earth, Earth is Mars. It's just been labelled all wrong. Infinity loop. We were in an infinity loop. He said we've been taken out of it. Well, I didn't think it was going to be woo-woo tonight, but if I could explain like the pain, but he was so wise. He wasn't bitter. This man wasn't, this ancient extraterrestrial tall being wasn't bitter, and his people weren't bitter. His people were humble, and they weren't blaming. They were just, it was all about the love vibration. We're now off the samsara wheel of reincarnation. Max Bias talked about it, did he? I feel so emotional, really, in a strange sort of way. And then I'm glad I could share this with you tonight, because I wasn't expecting that. We will be all right. He said we have to let this play out. I'm just sort of like gobsmacked. Everything's happening all at once, like simultaneously happening all at once. So he's saying there's no past, present, future. We've just been told that. And he telepathically told us that, obviously we knew that Moses was an old man, wasn't he? Once we're going to get a different life force. We're going to start living older. We're going to start breathing again and being stronger again, with no pollution in the water and that. Everything what's dumbed and numbed we're down. We're going to heal. You can have reincarnation if you want it. We were forced. This was different what they were doing. He said that every 1,000 years, Mary, that something happened, like a big change, and then they put what on an 8 loop to put one to another planet, and we didn't realise, into another control planet, and they've been doing it Mars, like sort of doppelganger Earth, backwards, forwards, and they've took what out of that. There's been an intervention. So we have risen this vibration, even though all this negative's going on this planet. Each and every one of us and the audience tonight, it's like, in around the world, I think we're a lot more centered than we realise, and all them lights have gone off around the globe, and it's done something to help with. I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. Thursday night I'm going to do something special for you. So wait for that to come. It'll not be politics. It's going to be something a bit different for you all. We can look into it again. But I need to go because it's 25 to 2 in the morning, and I need to, I've got to be up early in the morning. Yeah, I think so, Antoinette, sorry. We are in the 5th dimension. We just assume that when we're in the 5th dimension, we'll be all like super powered, jumping like through dimensions. I don't think we realise we are doing that anyway. We are 5th dimensional beings of the light. Max Beer said that the planets they conquered were like the chakras and Earth was the heart of the universe and the one they never could conquer. I just want to send healing and blessings out to everybody. And we've got this, guys. We've definitely got this. And I'm going to leave you there with a lot of love from Spirit. Take care. God bless wherever you all are around the world. I'll be on Thursday night and I've got 2 good ideas up my sleeve. So you'll have to wait and see what I'm going to pick. But it's definitely not going to be political. It's going to be something to help use. So if you want to participate Thursday, get yourself relaxed because you're going to enjoy it. And stay safe, and may the force all be with you all. Connect to Earth, that's what he said. And I'll see you soon. Take care now. I'm just going to go and dream on about this the beautiful being. Thank you for all the lovely comments. May the force all be with you all. Don't feed into the negative. Remember, we've got it. We have this. It's going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. Big hugs. And as I used to say to Paul, my dear brother, I love yous more than jelly tots. It's biblical, guys. We just got to keep focused. Keep strong. Because God's got this. Everything exists at the same time. And we are all as one. Take care, God. See you soon. How do I get out of here? I'm off to make a hot chocolate. See you Thursday.